So what are we doing today? Well, like I told you, we're finishing this fucking deck, and I probably spend more time yip-yapping, moving supplies, and working around my little confines and chugging a few drinks while, trying to entertain you. Before I get to the next step, which is finishing this. Yeah, look, got lots of rain barrels. They're all going to go underneath the deck. They're all going to be connected into the house. Because again, my dreams of a well have teetered because so has the money. Anyways, if you're really interested in any of this, leave me comments. All right, a lot of you asked, what's that white shit? Well, you know when you put multiple beams together? I was a moron, and I PL'd those beams together because, like I said, this deck wasn't originally a deck. It was a structural support for my corner of my house. And when I lifted the house, I had little seams. So in order to protect that, I caulked the fucking shit. So the water can't go in and the ice can't go in because I'm in a northern climate and we get ice and snow and, freeze and thaw. So you got to come up with everything and anything. I could have put tape on my deck, but to tell you the truth, this deck has been here for 15 years, or so-called deck support, if you will. It goes straight through into my house. And it's been there for 15 years, and it's been nurtured 3 times in 15 years, basically every 5 years. But this year was a diesel year. Before that was never diesel. It was a stupid, shitty crap from fucking stores. Anyways, yeah, but that's what you got to do. Now, I can't afford that, so I did this. We'll see. We'll see, because in 2 years, I will stain the entire deck again. And then it'll become a 4-year routine, to keep up to date. Anyways, back to work. Nothing beats being up in a cottage country at your off-grid cabin, or semi-off-grid in my case, because I'm hooked up to electricity still. One day solar panels will come in, but that's for a long way off. Yeah, but like I was saying, nothing beats having a cold one on a late August day on your off-grid cabin. Anyways, I wanted to show you what I was up to. You see the beams that go across there? Because they're too far spread and I need some support there. I'm, putting them in. But as you can see, I had to put in some of those little hanger things. And it's all pressure treated. There's just difference in colors because modern day pressure treated shit is, it's weatherized so that it stops weather. But the thing is, you have to maintain it. But in the old days, when you bought pressure treated and you cut through, you would see that all the way that green shit would go through, but they stopped using that because it's toxic, of course. Everything's toxic. But anyways, that's not here nor there. Today, if you cut through your pressure treated wood, you'll see that it's not all the way through. It's just weatherized to last longer. And let me tell you, oh yeah, baby. That is so refreshing. So like I was saying, I don't have water up here. So I bring all my drinking water, and then I gotta buy shit. Look at this. I'm like already so lost. I gotta take this piece back out. Come on. It fell down on an angle. Okay, I gotta take that pressure treated piece out. And then I gotta do this. So there's gonna be a little banging. Because why? Because those screws, when you're this far up, when you're 200 kilometers or 120, 125 miles out of the city, you're going to do what you can to use what you can and save what you can. But, oh my God, I ain't no master carpenter, but I ain't a very good fucking driller either. Look at this. Oh, we're trying. I just need something temporary to hook it up. Like a piece of wood would have been smarter. But I'm not very smart. Look at me. Oh, here we go, baby. Okay, just stay. Drilling away, putting joist hangers in where there shouldn't be any joist hangers. Like the good old days. Good old days was just ingenuity. You did what you could do and you put a screw wherever it would go and you screwed whatever wanted to be screwed. So my deck is about, 5 feet off the ground. And it's only about 5.5 feet out. Originally, the deck wasn't even a deck. It was a way that I held up the cabin. When I bought the cabin, it was sinking. So I had to be creative. And let me tell you, a lot of people have said I was just retarded. But you know what? Even though that isn't an appropriate word, they were right. They were they were absolutely right. I was not. They were. They are smarter than me. And today I sit here putting shims in to a piece of wood that doesn't do much more than what I just did. Block a hole. I know. Just trying to get myself strengthened up here, because it's not an easy area to be putting in screws. And let me tell you, I like screwing. I do. I like to put screws in. I like to, you know, I like all that stuff. But when you got to get into odd places like this, it's no fucking fun. And especially when the battery or the screw is crooked. Especially when the battery don't want to fit through the hole. Oh my God, seriously? There we go. Should fit. Oh. Then you know you're stripping when you do that. All right, I gotta try and get one more in there. Just because I'm kind of a fucking idiot. And yeah. It's not gonna go. That's not gonna go. Was that a good idea? Is any of this a good idea? You tell me. All right, so it's back in. 10 years, man, 10 years. 15 years for the deck. You hear the creaking? Not very great. But anyways, yeah, 10 years in the making. 10 years of me doing this. 10 years of me doing this. And look. See him? There's a little inchworm flying around. Go away, winchworm. Go survive somewhere else. Yeah, 10 years of me doing this. Lugging around wood and getting ready to do this. You know, I don't have the luxury like a lot of YouTubers who, you know, make money. And I don't have the luxury of vehicles and living on the spot. I do a day or two every 2 weeks because I have family. I work 40 hours and I got to do what I can do. So a lot of people wonder how I get my skills. The truth is I'm self-taught. I screw around and I learn from tricks of the trade, watching a lot of videos from yous on there and inspiring me. You inspire me to do this. Anyway, no, but see, like for example here, I put the carpenter pencil in there to give us space so the rain can flow through. Because I'm in a northern climate, I'm using a bigger space. That's about a 3/16, quarter inch, if you will. Good spacing so that water can flow and it doesn't stay stuck in my you know, on my deck. Have you ever seen these? This is the most amazing fucking tool, an oscillating tool. My blade, you can see my blade there. Where is it? It's pretty fucking chewed up. This though, if you don't got one, get one. Holy fuck balls. Are these things amazing? They kick fucking ass. I mean, I never had it before this year doing the deck. And oh my God, what a lifesaver. Fuck sawzall, fuck circular saw. Let's just go multi-tool. I never knew that holding a freaking camera and using a multi-tool would be such a difficult thing. But look, like, you know, honestly, yeah, I know I'm no professional. Look at the fucking bad cut. But you know, check it out, man. It's crazy. It's awesome. So I goofed with the multi-tool. I didn't cut it enough. I need to cut off an extra 1/16 of an inch. Maybe more. Not a 1/16, you know, maybe honestly, like 3/16 of an inch. So a quarter inch would be good. I could live with it. So yeah, I got to go back to the drawing board and do it all again. See, that's what happens when you're not a professional. So I try and come up with questions that you guys might ask. And here's one that I'm sure you're all asking. Why aren't you putting any stain on the cuts? Well, it's a good question. And I'm not doing it right now because, like I said, in 2 years, when I empty my septic tanks, 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, and weeping field, which you don't see, I will stain them all then. So if this is pressure treated wood, it should be all the way through. You guys see that? Look at the color on the top. The color on the top is the color of my skin. And the color that's inside is clearly not the same. As for this shit about pressure treated, I'm not gonna go off on it. But the truth is, let me tell you, I'm gonna let this weather for 2 years and then I'm gonna stain the fuck right out of it. You know why I like coming up to the cottage and doing this kind of shit and being off grid from everything else? There's no noise. I hear my music, I relax, I take a cold one down. There's nature all over. Why would you want to live in a city where the fucking air is stinky, the people are dirty, and there's nothing but mayhem and chaos all over? Oh, speaking of which, I'm gonna have to fucking cut that tree down. Jesus. I love nature. But you gotta go. All right, I ain't no expert, but I just found something out after putting down dozens. I think it's like 50 something boards, but here, let's switch it over. All right, after putting down dozens and dozens of boards, like I said, I found something out. You see that? Look at that. You see that little 1, 2, 3 on my drill? Make sure to set your settings. I forget about these kind of things because, you know, I partake in the bottle and sometimes it's not a good thing, but let me show you what happens. You see that screw? It dug in. When I changed it, look what happened. Those screws didn't dig in. Oh, man. You know, sometimes I feel like such a fucking dumbass and I question myself as to why I do what I do. But who gives a shit? I'm off grid, baby. All right, so I wanted to show you what happens when you partake in the drink and you work. And yeah, I know I'm going slow, but that's what I'm up here for. It's kind of relaxation, but look. All right, so I cut that nice, right? With that multi-tool. But because I didn't measure correctly, look. See that? See that space? That means I have to take a beam. I have to take another one of these. Thank God I have one extra. Yeah, one extra. Guess what? That piece is the one extra. I don't know how I got lucky. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna run with it, and then I can finish the side. I can fucking put up a railing, and we can just go with it. Oh my God, you know. And here's another thing. I know you're all wondering, why are my posts so far up? Well, first off, we're gonna be cutting off about 3 or 4 inches from that end. Basically, I haven't shown it to you, but what it is, okay, so like if you look over here, I got all my lumber. See that? There's my lumber. Oh, look, that's the saw from work. That's the saw from work. Oh, wait, that's the rain barrel. I actually have a full rain barrel. I'm proud of that. I'll eventually do a little thing on that too. But look, so you see here? Look, I'm gonna show you. Okay, it's hard to see with the sun, but you see that space that's there? That's gonna come out. That's gonna come out, and we're gonna have the wood sitting there, and it's gonna go there, and then we're gonna come over like probably an inch and a half. And once that's done, that's gonna go all the way across all my 4 posts. That's what that's for over there. And then after we cut that off, the railings won't be so bad. Yes, they're out of place, but that's, like I said, when this was built, this was not built as a deck. It became a deck because when I lifted the house, as you can see, foundation, they put me posts in the ground. I built the concrete pillars, as you can see, and I've laid the beams in there as a structure to hold it. Though that's just visual so that I can connect the stairs. These are all things that I'm going to be doing. I'm hoping to share them with you. I mean, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know what? I'm just your whacked out fucking Canadian. That's right. Up in the far north, living a dream. So what's the number one thing that drives me bananas? Batteries dying. Oh my God, I fucking hate it. I'm so close to finishing. Would you look at that? Look, see that? I gotta cut that because that's the piece that I fucked up. I didn't really fuck it up, but I mean, I had one extra piece, but that extra piece came in so handy because you see that? I gotta flip that and I gotta slide it around the pole. Not like these ones. These ones are all cut. See, look, that one there's one that actually slid around the pole. Well, I'm doing the same thing. And what happens is the battery dies just when you're like one line away. Oh my God. Fuck, do I hate that. Batteries. But, you know what? Everything's going that way. So did it work? Sometime later. And I cut the shit out. The question now is, will it fit? Look, I'm sharing it with you. The final few screws. There you go. I got my little spacer. The board is warped. It is what it is. I'm not gonna flip it the other way. And the reason I'm not gonna flip it the other way is because it's nasty looking the other way. So that one will pull it down. And then I will do this. These guys will get an awesome shot. And look, it actually fit. I mean, I could have played a little bit more, but here we go. All right, let's put this here. It's nice and tight. Hey, you see it's bouncing up. I should have put the crown up. I know, but I'm not going to, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I can't. I just can't. All right, and this will get pushed over a bit. So I'm going to manually do this one so that I can muscle it in. So there it is. Look at that. We actually have a finished fucking deck. 15 years in the fucking making. This thing was not a deck. Turned out to be a deck. And you know what? Is what it fucking is. That's right, people. I can't believe it. If you've watched me or you've followed me on Facebook, you know what I've done. You've seen the photos, you've seen the updates. I constantly am showing it. And I am so ecstatic to finally I can actually fucking say, I'm doing it again. Look, the fucking drill is cutting right through the wood. Sometimes these woods are too dry. There you go. Okay. Here comes the last one, baby. Adding the last few nails in the coffin, if you will. Adding the last few for there. And then there are some that go in the back, but you know what? Right now, I don't think I'll be putting those.